Hey Vita fans, this is the Vitality Weekly News Update featuring yours truly, Kyle from the Vita Lounge. Are you ready to get back to normal with a week's worth of updates? Me too, so let's run them down. First up, Oddworld Inhabitants and Limited Run Games have announced a limited physical version of Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, the duo ready to set you up with a stranger very soon. Details haven't yet been announced for the release, but you can be sure we'll be here to fill you in when they are. Veteran developer and current PlayStation Vita lover Christina Martin Ramos has launched her Kickstarter campaign for sci-fi action RPG Rogue Raiders Online, which apparently has a high emphasis on multiplayer. A game where you create your own character and take on the worlds in a team of up to 4 players, Rogue Raiders Online is a love letter to the PlayStation Vita and its community. It's designed from the ground up as a PlayStation Vita exclusive, the developer a one-woman studio with experience on past Vita games like Phineas and Ferb, Day of Doofenshmirtz, and Muppets Movie Adventures. The game itself is played either single or multiplayer, taking place on many different handmade worlds. You control a rogue with their own agenda, taking on jobs and completing quests in a grand attempt to pay the most evil expense in the universe, rent. Job availability will depend on your affinity with the 3 in-game factions, your raider credentials, and other things, so you have to make sure not to screw around. Christina is asking for 33,000 euros to help get the game done, with stretch goals available up to 80,000 euros if the support is there. The campaign launched just a few short days ago, but is already up over the 5,000 euro mark thanks to the support of the Vita community. Will you be backing it? Jump to the Kickstarter by clicking on the link in the description. It looks like 2D fighting game Skullgirls' second Encore is finally getting a physical release on PlayStation Vita, as official word has come down regarding a limited run games pre-order campaign that might even be able to fund the licensing of the original Japanese audio if it hits 10,000 strong. Skullgirls' second Encore pre-orders will go live for $39.99 US on October 31st and be open for 2 weeks, so make sure to get yours in if you're interested in getting a copy. If you're interested in the original Japanese audio, however, you should probably tell a friend too, but anyone who buys will get that long-awaited lobby patch baked into their physical copy. Kicking on, the Japanese Sony store has gone live with the newly announced Scarlet Grace special pack, which will include one of 7 console variants, a Saga Scarlet Grace original theme, Saga Scarlet Grace original design packaging, a USB cable, AC adapter, power cord, and user manual. The console variants are as follows. There's the Scarlet Grace edition, which is metallic red, the Evil God edition, which is glacier white or black, the Disturbed Snow, Moon, and Flowers edition, which is glacier white or black, and the Final Battle edition, which is also glacier white or black. These special editions are priced at 20,980 yen each, with pre-orders available now on the Japanese Sony store, and the consoles themselves set to release alongside Saga Scarlet Grace on December 15th. If you're not in Japan, however, I'm sure your local import retailer will be happy to help. Moving on again, Demon Gaze 2's free Yagyu Demon Slaying Chronicle Call of the Grimodar scenario is now available in Japan and will add to your game some lasting appeal. It includes nearly the same volume of content as the main story, as well as a higher level cap, legend class equipment, and other new items to make the experience feel less like a revisit. Demon Gaze 2 and its free Yagyu Demon Slaying Chronicle Call of the Grimodar scenario are now available in Japan, with no news yet on a Western release. Kemco has announced that they'll be bringing fantasy RPG As Divine Hearts to PlayStation Vita in the West, their projected release date being sometime this winter. Said to be the first Kemco RPG on PlayStation Vita, As Divine Hearts is a fantasy RPG set in the titular land of As Divine. Your job as the player being to travel across a vast world with 4 companions searching out a threat to the world's peace. A role-playing game that looks to call back the golden age of the genre, the plot is set to include twists and turns, the world map is looking to be vast and worthy of journeying across, and the characters are willing to be weird. There are rude people in the towns, strategic turn-based battles, and even a talking cat named Felix. They're going full on old school with this one. Featuring 15 trophies to satiate the gamers of now, As Divine Hearts also boasts over 40 hours of gameplay. There are subquests, a battle area, and plenty of fights ready to be taken on, so are you ready to do what's needed? As Divine Hearts is headed to PlayStation Vita sometime this winter, cross-buy with PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 versions releasing the same time. P-Cube has been in touch to announce that they'll be handling the publishing of action RPG Akibas Beat in European territories, aiming for a Q1 release like the North American publisher Xseed Games. Taking that into account, Akibas Beat is now due out in North America and Europe during the first quarter of 2017, the Japanese release date still up in the air. Keep an eye out for more details as that release window edges ever closer. Speaking of P-Cube, they've also been in touch to reveal European and North American release dates for Steins Gate 0, giving us a little story tease in the process. Steins Gate 0 is a brand new story from an alternate world timeline, following Okabe Rentaro as he realizes that he can't save the one he loves and falls into the blackness of depression. He gives up all that is important to him in the wake of this tragedy, and in the process ends up endangering all of humanity. His only hope is that his friends can bring him back from the darkness, though how they'll attempt it, you'll have to find out for yourself. Fusing new characters and old, time travel, and artificial intelligence, Steins Gate 0 looks to be a worthy successor to the visual novel everyone loved, and promises a darker storyline that will blow your mind. Steins Gate 0 is set to release November 25th in Europe and November 29th in North America. Play the original first, then be sure to get this one in about a month. Rice Digital has been in contact to announce the European release editions for Fate Extella, the Umbral Star, and have revealed that alongside the standard edition, they'll be bringing a Mooncrux edition to the table for the region. According to the press release, the Mooncrux edition will include the Fate Extella, the Umbral Star game, a superb hardcover art book featuring over 100 pages of high-quality illustrations from Fate Extella, the Umbral Star, 7.5 inches by 6.3 inches. A full set of 16 collectible art cards depicting each of the game's servants, 3 inches by 5 inches. A unique cloth poster featuring a fantastic artwork design, that one's 24 inches by 17 inches, and a beautiful, large, high-quality presentation box exclusive to Europe, complete with a premium finish. You can pre-order Fate Extella, the Umbral Star Mooncrux edition from Rice Digital, or grab the standard edition from them if you don't need all those goodies. Fate Extella, the Umbral Star is headed to Japan on November 10th, Europe this January, and North America sometime early in 2017. And the last bit of news is a brief entry noting that CubeType has bumped 3D fighting action game Touhou Kabuto V from November 3rd to November 2nd in Japan. A one-day move isn't really that big of a deal to most of us, but I'm sure if you're waiting for the game, it'll make all the difference. Anyways, that's it for the news recap this week, which means it's time for a rundown of newly released trailers, the following titles having either a new trailer or new footage released since I last sent some vitality your way. Akibas Beat, As Divine Hearts, Atelier Furus, The Alchemist and the Mysterious Journey, Fate Extella, the Emerald Star, Gundam Breaker 3, Steins Gate 0, Touhou Kabuto V, World of Final Fantasy, and more. So those are the standout happenings from the last 7 days. Make sure to check back here around this time next week for another new update of Vitality. Hit up the Vita Lounge for the full stories and all the bits I didn't cover. And of course, have a great week of Vita gaming. See you next week, guys.